Well, let's get into this match between EWolves and Friendship Dedication Love. Of course, Friendship Dedication Love came out with the win against whoever they were playing. And EWolves won out over Anime, which BSJ was playing on. Still pretty suspect about that Terrorblade pick. But we'll go on anyway. So Anime were eliminated from this event, but they can enter the next one, as can any team eliminated from this qualifier. So let's get into this match. We've got a couple bans already. Darkseer, Invoker Smash, Smash Spirit Breaker already banned out. So instead we have the Dazzle picked up for EWolves and the Gyrocopter for FDL. Nice picture of a cat there. Demon's on this team. He was playing a Dazzle in the last match. And they pick up the Enchantress, which was also played in the last match by FDL. That sends it over to EWolves for the next pickup.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
So we're going to get into the second pickup here. They're going to the reserve time for EWolves. And they're waiting on their second pickup here. And eventually it's going to come through. They've already picked up the Dazzle. There are a lot of heroes that could combo with it. And we've been seeing the Ancient Apparition sometimes, but instead they go with the Beastmaster. As I was saying, the Ancient Apparition kind of counters the heroes with the heals, such as the Enchantress or the Dazzle or the Omni Knight or the Undyne, which was already banned out. So the Beastmaster gets picked up by EWolves. I guess that's going to be the Smash Beastmaster. The Smash Master, if you will. And then we're going to see the Dragon Knight banned out by EWolves, which was played in the last match by FDL pretty well. It was used by them to clear some of the towers that were standing in their way pretty effectively.
5 seconds remaining.
That Dragon Knight did get pretty big near the end of the match and was difficult to go against. That takes us into the next banning phase. For the teams, the Racer is going to get banned out by FDL. Another strong hero that EWolves could probably play if they wanted to. Though we have seen Van on many different heroes. We saw him on an anti-mage in the last match. I believe we saw him on the mid Vengeful Spirit. And we also saw another hero that I didn't like him so much on. Oh yeah, we saw him on the Night Stalker. I liked him on the Night Stalker. Van looked really good in the last match. He was really playing the anti-mage in the mid lane to its full potential, as few times as that potential is ever used. But he looked pretty good on it, and so did the rest of EWolves. Not really going for... They were aggressive, but not overly so. So it was nice to see that from that team, as that sometimes could be a problem with them. Abaddon and Ember Spirit were both banned out. The 1-2 punch of Smash and Evo is sometimes extremely difficult to get around, and then you also have Van to deal with in there. So EWolves kind of pretty well rounded now. They look like a pretty strong team, and it'll be interesting to see how FDL tries to counter this. Shadow Shaman gets picked up by EWolves. Pretty good pushing potential. And the Viper's already been picked up by FDL, so EWolves are going to have to find someone that Van wants to play against. Play Viper against, rather. And then Tusk is going to get picked up by FDL. A pretty good looking lineup right there. The Enchantress allows for some good early game opportunities for FDL,
Radiant team back.
as does the Gyrocopter and the Tusk. And the Viper just kind of soaks up a lot of damage. The Juggernaut gets picked up by EWolves.
10 seconds.
Another one of those heroes that's pretty strong in this patch. Teams want to play it a lot, and it just tends to do a lot of damage in these fights due to his fast farming speed. As we go into reserve time, we see the Shadow Fiend banned out by FDL.
Team back.
Not really sure who Van wants to play right now. I'm sure we'll find that out soon. Of course, we could see Van on the Beastmaster. Right now, I feel like EWolves just so comfortable on a variety of heroes that their drafts can go many different ways.
Remaining.
It's kind of entertaining to see what they end up with. The Witch Doctor gets banned out by EWolves, so they decide that's something they don't want to go up against. And we'll be seeing the last pickup soon from each team. For FDL, it's looking like they need either... Well, the Enchantress could go to the offlane, as could the Tusk, so they could go many different ways with their pickup here. And
10 seconds remaining.
guessing EWolves need their mid laner for Van. Unless he's going to go with one of the heroes already picked up against the Viper. That doesn't really seem like it would be very likely, as both of their core heroes are already melees. So we're probably going to see a mid lane Van hero coming up here. Going into reserve time for FDL, and after this, we will be going right into the match between EWolves and FDL in the round of 16 in the America's Open Qualifier. The winner of the qualifier, of course, will go on to the main event qualifier, happening in a couple of days against some of the more established teams that perhaps haven't had as many roster changes as the teams here, or are more proven. Kind of interesting that EWolves wasn't included in that bunch. So FTL running pretty low on the reserve time now.
10 seconds remaining.
And they're going to pick up the Ancient Apparition. So that'll cancel out some of the effect of the healing ward of the Juggernaut, as well as the Dazzle heal that could come out. And EWolves, they're going to go with the Bristleback. And it's going to be a Van Juggernaut. Okay. Man, so many different looks given by EWolves. We'll see what Van decides to do against the Viper, if the Viper goes to the mid lane. But it's definitely going to be an interesting match, so stay tuned for this matchup in the round of 16 between EWolves and FDL. Once again, I'll be your caster. I'm Pythian. Thank you once again for joining me for this match. And I hope that you'll be able to stay and enjoy it with me. The hero is getting picked up by the players now as we're getting ready to start the match.
Remaining.
And we're going to get right into our match here. So let's introduce our teams here for FDL. We've got AUQA, Aqua. We've got GGNG on the Enchantress. Tusk is going to be played by Franz. Demon is going to be handling the Ancient Apparition. And finally, CC and Amp C is going to be on that Viper. For EWolves, we got Masoku on the Dazzle. Van is going to be playing the Juggernaut. Smash on the Beastmaster. C is going to be on the Shadow Shaman. And Ewo is hanging out in the base as a Bristleback. Here comes the boar from the Beastmaster right away. And it's going to be taken away by the Enchantress. So now Beastmaster, his little friend, has gone to join the other side.
30 seconds.
And let's get our last hits right up on the board there. EWolves are going to back up. We'll see which rune they decide to take. The Enchantress already gone to the top lane. Has a boar with her. And EWolves are going to have to hurry if they want to get that bounty rune. The boar is going to do a little bit of scouting. It's going to go on to Van. Going to slow him down. And, well, FDL gets both bounty runes. And all EWolves get in return is absolutely nothing. They don't even get the boar kill. So now Van is going to sit in the mid lane with the Poor Man's Shield and a Shadow Shaman against that Viper, doing the Ether Shock right away. It could be a strong lane against the Viper, although he is pretty tanky, so I'm not sure if he should be scared of anything that the Juggernaut and Shadow Shaman can put out. We've got Smash ordering his boars around in the bottom lane. And the Dazzle is going to be screwing around with the creeps so that they can't really get the pulls off. Mid lane Viper getting a little bit lower, but he's going to keep harassing. And eventually he could get a kill here if he does enough damage. But he does have to be careful. Sia has a Clarity, also has a Mango, needs to be right on top of that. And he might need to use some of his mana and get some levels if he wants to contest that Viper. Sia eats up a mango, pulls up the shackles. And Van walks up the hill for a creep. And Van takes the early level into the healing ward, definitely vital against that Viper. So a little bit of action around the map. Enchantress doing pretty well so far in that top lane. And in the mid lane, Viper's getting held into the shackles by Sia. But now Sia forced to back up. He's lost his Mango. And Juggernaut uses the healing ward. No kills around the map just yet, as I don't think we have to worry about Ewo. He is going to get the levels on that Bristleback, and he's going to be doing pretty well. Van getting fairly low. Healing ward trying to do its work here, as Viper's getting a lot of denies in that mid lane. Sia going to get the Clarity cancelled by the Viper. Viper is pretty slow. So is the Shadow Shaman. Ewo can't really do too much against the Enchantress at this point. And in the mid lane, we've got a TP. Viper getting pretty low. He's going to use the healing staff. Van, you could be the first blood. Van will go down to the Viper. Nice TP by Demon. And now here comes Tusk. With the snowball onto Sia. There's a poison touch in the back. And the last attack by Viper will take the double kill. So the Shadow Shaman and the Juggernaut both go down in the mid lane. Of course, that leaves the Gyrocopter to sit in the bottom lane without any help. And we'll see if anybody is able to do something about it. Smash and Dazzle just kind of pushing along that bottom lane, doing a little bit of damage to the tower. Taking some levels here. Sia comes in the backside. The slow is used. Here comes the poison touch. Rock Barrage does a lot of damage, but it's also to the creep. Shadow Shaman takes out the Gyrocopter, and now Smash trapped on the other side of the ice shards. He's in a lot of trouble, but now he gets to the shallow grave. Demon goes down, and Franz, he's trying to get Smash. Smash uses the healing pot. Do they walk back in here? They have some creeps. They use the boar. Smash taking a lot of damage, but he's going to be fine. In the end, it's just the Gyrocopter and the Ancient Apparition going down in that bottom lane. Nice rotation by the Shadow Shaman to secure that kill. Van is going to leave the haste rune for the Shadow Shaman, who pops it. And I guess they're going to go over towards that Viper. Shadow Shaman waiting for his chance. He's just going to go back up the high ground. And he could roam over to the top lane. Juggernaut spinning in the middle of the river. He's going to get the Viper Strike on him. Maybe he's baiting a little bit here. But Van, he's taking so much damage. And the healing ward won't be enough. Ether Shock comes in from the Shadow Shaman. And the Viper goes down to the tower. The Courier doesn't go down. And Demon's going to be safe in the river. So the Viper a little bit deep for that kill. And ends up going down to the supports. Meanwhile, Franz going back up the stairs to the bottom lane. Where Smash is just sitting here with the boar, using it to scout. Here comes the snowball on to Smash. And the gyrocopter's here as well. Rocket Barrage going to be shared along the creeps. And the boar, second boar, doesn't go down just yet. More harassment being done in the bottom lane. Double kill in the mid lane as... Alright, Juggernaut takes down the Ancient Apparition and the Viper. Here comes a snowball onto Van though. Van goes down. That's the kind of thing you can't see happen as a mid laner. Van definitely can't be as greedy killing the creeps there, and he has to know that someone's going to TP in to get that kill on him. Unless he wanted that to happen. In which case, bravo by him. Enchantress, of all people, leading the last hit chart at this point. And Ewo, ready to go onto the Enchantress, but here comes the Ice Shards and the Snowball onto Ewo. He's not going to do enough damage to the Enchantress, and the tower is going to do enough damage to him. Bristleback turns right into that Impetus and goes down on that top lane. Kills are even at this point. And Van, he doesn't have a spin. He's got to be careful. He's going to use that healing ward, but it doesn't matter. He's going to go down again. Same story on that bottom lane. Or rather, the mid lane. But now, they could have another charge on the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter, he's in trouble. He's going to use the healing salve. Doesn't matter. He's going to get shackled, slowed, and killed on that bottom lane. But here comes the Viper and the Ancient Apparition Blast. Only hitting Masoku. Masoku uses the Grave on himself. Smash trying to get out. Has a roar available, and now here's the Enchantress. Roar goes out onto the Viper, but it's not enough. Smash, he's trying to get out. He will, but now here comes the Bristleback. The Shadow Shaman went down as well. The Viper goes down to an auto attack, and now Evo. He's got to get out. Not going to happen. Triple kill for the Viper, who does the damage to the Bristleback, even in death, with the corrosive skin. And Enchantress has found another friend in the boar. So in the end, it's a 3 for 2 on that bottom lane. Advantage going to FDL. As EWolves are getting too aggressive here. They gotta learn to back off sometimes.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Demon's found an invisibility rune, gonna walk up the hill here. And he's going to scout around a little bit. He also has a smoke.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Van picks up some phase boost from the side shop.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Van and Sia both back off on that top lane, and Shadow Shaman still working on getting to that level 6. Here comes the smoke by Viper and Ancient Apparition. Here he comes, Viper with the poison attack. Here's the Viper Strike. More damage on the Ewo. Will Ewo get out? No, he's going to shatter in the base. So a lot of kills across the map for Friendship, Dedication, and Love, or whatever their name is. We'll call them Cat Boys. And now they make a push onto the mid tier 1 tower, which gets fortified right off the bat, but it will most likely go down. I don't think EWolves are going to try to defend it at all. The call down takes out a couple of those creeps in the bottom lane as the gyrocopter immediately TPs out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So the mid tier 1 tower goes down.
Fallen.
And that is the second tower of the match, as the Shadow Shaman also took a tower top with the first set of snakes.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Viper finds a wild van in the river. Both get away. And now Masoku caught out on the bottom lane, gonna get snowballed and punched up into the air. Uses the grave to try to get out, gonna TP back to base. But he is going to shatter once that grave is done. That is one of the things you can do as an Ancient Apparition. You can use the Ice Blast on the Shallow Graving Dazzle. And then you don't have to worry about them getting back to base. Alright, more pushes on that bottom lane. As we have the Enchantress looking for a couple creeps here. Already has that Ogre Club. Has not died yet, has 4 assists. And I wonder what she's going for.
Bottom tower is under attack.
She has converted a creep, a catapult. Let's take a look at the net worth chart. Viper at the top of that, closely followed by... Alright, well, Van and Viper are both up there. A couple of the creeps getting hit by a smash on the bottom lane. And they could find that catapult again. Yeah, they find it. And Dazzle's going to take the gold for it. The Enchantress disconnects. And it looks like we have another pause here. Alright, well, I guess we'll put a little bit more elevator music on as we wait for the Enchantress to reconnect. And we're back. Welcome back into this match as we have the Radiance smoked up. We're going to find some heroes here. We'll see if they do. They might have to go under tower for it. And of course, there are some heroes smoked for the Dire as well. Smoke is going to pop. And here comes the snowball on the Smash. Smash gets launched up in the air. Here comes the call on Smash. He's going to get graved up, but he's probably not going to make it out of this one. The Ice Blast, it's going to go for Masoku. Masoku, he's going to get hit by it. Will he go down? No, not just yet. No, he won't go down from that one. So now Demon's going to TP back to base as you have a wild Ewo doing some damage to the tier 2 top tower.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And there are snakes in the mid lane. So EWolves, they're just going for the trades. They don't even care about that tier 1 tower. Well, maybe they do. Maybe they care a little bit. Franz taking a lot of damage from the snakes. He's going to get turned into a chicken. He could go down here. He's going to get hit by the shackles. 2 TPs on the mid lane. Will Sia be able to get out? Will Van be able to get out? Everybody's here, and there's an invis room for Van. Oh, man, he's just out of there. All right, so Tusk goes down in the mid lane. They save the tower, and they farm up the snakes. But, okay, well, Van just goes in behind and gets the Ancient Apparition with the Omni Slash, and he's just going to spin and TP out. So he finds another kill on the backside, and the Beastmaster, he just takes the bottom tower. They leave it. So EWolves with definitely the better trade, well, obviously the better trades all over the map. They take down 2 heroes and the tower, and they also put a ton of damage on the tier 1 and 2. So Smash, he just gets closer to his Necrobook, which he has the first level of. Once again, if you're just tuning in, this is the Dota 2 Shanghai Major Americas Qualifier round of 16 matchup between EWolves and the FDL team, Friendship, Dedication, Love, which has Demon on it. So definitely a matchup between the Giants and the qualifier here. EWolves just got through Enemy to get to this round. Enemy, of course, is another one of those well-established teams. So EWolves looking pretty good through this qualifier. And Smash, his Beastmaster already has a Necrobook. Van taking out some creeps in the river with the Illusion Rune, and he's also working towards that Yasha. He's a little bit okay, he's got the highest net worth. I was about to say he was behind, but turns out he's not. I guess this game, I feel like it's been going on longer than it has, thanks to the pauses. The Enchantress has a couple of health items. Guess she's going to be getting the Drums of Endurance. Pretty good on her. And she has gone for the Max Untouchable and Heal spell. Build, rather. And now Van going to spin around the hard camp to clear that here. Hellbear Smasher not looking very happy right now. In fact, he's looking pretty dead. And now, oh, here comes the Ice Blast. It's going to hit on Van. Will he go down? No, he's not going to go down. The rest of FDL, they're trying to find the kill, though. And here comes the smoke. They know exactly where FDL are. FDL puts the Deep Observer ward, so they're going to have some pretty good vision on EWolves now. And, oh, man, this is... Van goes right into the Roshan pit and takes the snakes with him. This is some great rotations by EWolves. FDL has no idea about this. They think that Jug and the Shadow Shaman went back to the base, but that's no such thing. I mean, they know about it now, thanks to the Enchantress creep, so they can't do it anymore. And the Ice Blast is going to miss. Juggernaut spins and picks up the Bounty Rune. And the snakes are still in there. The snakes are going to expire soon. And they're going to farm them up a little bit. On the backside, Van looking for the Enchantress. Will he find her? He sees her with the Observer Ward. Meanwhile, in the Roshan pit, Roshan at about half health. There's the Omni Slash into the Ancient Apparition, and Juggernaut trying to get out of there. He's got the face boost. He's moving pretty fast, and he also uses the Healing Ward. Okay, Enchantress in the back. Here comes the Snowball, misses, and the tier 1 tower going to get denied by the Enchantress. On the bottom lane, though, Elo is taking the tower already. EWolves just outmaneuvering FDL right now, and that Roshan, it's still up at about half health. Here comes the Viper Strike. Not gonna happen. Dazzle even uses the Shallow Grave to get the save there. Van gets a kill onto the Gyrocopter, and now Van in trouble. He's gonna get hit by the Ice Blast. He will go down there. So Ancient Apparition gets the dominating streak of the Juggernaut, and in the end, it's a couple kills across the map. Advantage going to FDL though, as they do take out that Juggernaut. In terms of XP and the net worth lead, it's a bit of an EKG at this point, or an EEG. Going back and forth. For gold, it's still in favor of EWolves at this point. Viper gonna get the Yasha and a TP delivered to him from the courier. And oh, look at this. Smash is smoked up. Demon, you could be in trouble. Demon, you gotta try to TP out, but you have... Alright, here comes the Ice Blast. Demon trying to do all the damage to Smash, but it doesn't matter. The Necro Books, they're gonna finish him off. And Aqua's here to finish off the Necro Creeps. He's got enough health for this. And Smash just makes it back to the base. These Enchantress Creeps are so annoying. They just keep going into the Roshan, and they're gonna have to do it with vision of the FDL. FDL know that they're in the pit, but here's another couple of snakes for the Roshan. And with the help of the Bristleback, they're going to take this Roshan out, and they could have enough time to defend top. Van takes that Aegis again. And the top tier 1 tower will go down. The problem here is, I don't know what the status of the TPs is for EWolves, but Jug doesn't have one. Bristleback doesn't have one. Can they defend this top tier 2 tower? It might be too slow. I don't know if they're going to get the trade for this one. Oh, okay, they will. They will get the trade. And now Van and Beastmaster are here. Here comes the snowball on the Smash. Smash takes the snowballs from the Tusk. He's going to yell at the Tusk. And the Viper Strike goes on to Smash. Smash trying to TP out. Van uses the Omni Slash. Doesn't matter. Smash goes down right away. And now Sia going to get hit by that Ice Blast. Van trying to do the damage. And here comes the healing ward. Going to go right down to the Enchantress. And Van, what do you do there? Van, you're taking too much damage. Franz gets a double kill. Aegis gets popped on the Juggernaut. Franz trying to get out. Franz will go down to the Dazzle. And now it's the Enchantress hanging in the balance. Aegis got popped. But so might the Enchantress. Enchantress trying to get away. And they just can't do the auto attack damage. Trying to get out, but the Enchantress gets a double kill. That's a 3 for 2 in the jungle, but the Aegis did pop. Still, advantage to EWolves. And now here comes a haste rune from Van. He's got 3,200 gold in the bank, and he sees Demon. Oh, Demon, you're too far out. Demon, what are you doing? Demon, here comes a hasted Juggernaut. You don't know about it. He's trying to TP out. Will he make it? Oh, he's just running. He's trying to TP now. Will he make it? Oh, he will. He finds the right spot. They didn't have an interrupt for him anyway. But Demon definitely knows his ways around those trees. Viper doing pretty well in terms of net worth. Right now he's at a Yasha, getting close to the Sanjin Yasha. Also has a mechanism, so he's going to be pretty tanky. Van is going to find the double damage rune. And he moves so fast with those phase boots popped. Smash with his little army running around that mid lane. He's just going to look at him go on the high ground. Beastmaster gets so many animals at this point. He's going to summon another boar. Push along that mid lane. Only 2 outer towers remaining for the Radiant here. As they group up to push on the bottom lane. Couple TPs back. They got to stop Smash. And they will. And Van's going to find a couple creeps in the Ancient stack. And he'll be taking out those, along with the help of the healing ward and the boar. Boar can hardly attack the Enchantress, and he's just going to get stolen. So now, what's the plan? A couple of catapults hitting down the bottom lane. C is trying to stop them. Not very effective. And now here comes Van. Van's ready for the Viper. Viper has no creeps. He's going to have some creeps now. Comes in with the Invis rune. Beastmaster makes that terrible bounty rune sound. And we'll see if Van is able to find anybody. He's going to see the Viper. Yells at the Viper. Viper could go down. Here comes the Omni Slash. He will go down to the Juggernaut. Viper going right down there. And, well, what else is going to happen? The Viper's gone down. They could push along that mid lane. And they're going to send a lot of creeps over there. Here comes the Necrobook of the Beastmaster, doing a little bit of damage before it leaves. And the boars are here. Tusk is going to do what he can to disrupt this. And here come the snakes. They're going to pop the snakes for this tier 2 tower. Meanwhile, on the top lane, the Enchantress will take that down. So it's a 1-for-1 tower trade. It could be a 1-for-1 tower trade, but EWolves, they have to back up. The tower could still get taken by the Serpent Wars. In fact, they will. Masoku still sticking around here for a second, almost acting like they want to go in on this. Even though they have TP back to Smash and Ewo. In the end, they do back up. I think that Dazzle was just to kind of dissuade them taking those snakes, and looks how much damage they do to the gyrocopter. He's taking a lot of minus armor from that weave. So I think it was kind of just trying to dissuade them taking that. Ewo's picked up a Radiance, okay. It's going to make him do a little bit more damage over time and a little bit tankier with that miss chance. So now you've got the Radiant with the smoke invading their own jungle. Will they find anybody out? They have the Hawk going over. They see the Hawk. Will they do anything about it? They see nobody right now. They also don't get the Roshan. What are they going to find? On the other side, they have Van. Van's here. Here's the blink up by Franz right on top of Van. He uses a spin right away. And Van, can he get out? Van, he's taking a lot of damage. And he goes right down to the Viper. You can't even get anything else thanks to the spin. It silences your skills. And, well, see ya. He's going to try to get out. He will get out. The Snowball won't be able to hit him. And now Masoku. He doesn't have a TP. Oh, Masoku. What are you going to do? He has a Glimmer Cape. He's got to plan his escape. Goes that way, that way. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together, Masoku. Come on, we can do this. Let's draw pictures on the map. Come on, you can do it. Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it. Oh, Masoku, what a play. Roar onto Demon. Demon's going to go right down, and that clears a path for Masoku to find more kills on the map. Ewo hanging out on the bottom lane. Ewo, he gets hit in the back with an impetus. The Ice Shards just misses, and he won't get stunned out by the Snowball. Franz, you're taking so much damage. You're taking so much damage, Franz. Franz, you gotta be careful. He's gonna get it out of range of the spikes, and Ewo, in the end, he's going to get down. Just slowed down so much to the Viper and the Enchantress. It's very difficult to run when you have that happening. He manages to pick up a Mithril Hammer. Probably gonna get a BKB now. But you know what? EWolves looking pretty strong right now. This gyrocopter is going to have to get really farmed in order to fight this. And right now he's only at Sanj and Yasha. And not a whole lot of last hits for 26 minutes. There's not a whole lot of space on the map for him. So now Van runs right up that bottom lane. He has an Eye of Scotty going right for the tower. The backdoor protection is still there. The creeps are coming up. And eventually he takes the tower down and the creeps. No outer towers remain for the Radiant. And EWolves looking pretty good here. Let's take a look at the XP and gold. XP firmly in favor of the EWolves at about 6,000. And the gold, 5,000 more of the same. Van's got an Eye of Scotty and a Yasha. Bristle's back got the old Vanguard Radiance build. And the Beastmaster has the Booster Travel Necro 3. Meanwhile, the Gyrocopter Sanjin Yasha. The Viper has some mechanism in the Sanjin Yasha as well. He's got a plate mail to boot. And there's the old Iron Talon, or Dragon Lance rather, my bad, on the Enchantress. Ancient Apparition, still 1,000 gold away from that Aghanim Scepter. Could turn the tide in these fights. And Tuskus had that Blink Dagger. Masoku working on that creep. The creep tries to get away. Not going to happen. Van being extremely aggressive here. He's going to get surrounded by 3. The blink comes in by Franz. He gets vision with the Ice Shards. And he uses a snowball. Here comes the Omni Slash in the back. He's going to go right for Franz. He gets him. And here comes the rest of EWolves. Are they going to get anything else here? Van is trying to catch up. And he's going to get slowed down. Here comes the Viper. Viper doesn't really do too much. Here comes Van over from the top lane, but he's just going to keep on pushing. And we could have a split prong of a push here. maybe they want that Enchantress, but Enchantress is just going to keep pushing that bottom lane. Enchantress might have word of something wrong in just a moment. Gets that weave in the back, and now is going to TP out. Oh, Smash gets a vision. Oh, he doesn't get the yell, and he also pops the Necro Book. Oh, now they want to make something out of it, but they're probably not going to be able to. Smash doesn't have enough vision there for the roar. He had the right idea with cutting down the trees, but he didn't have enough time. The Roshan about to respawn in a minute. And that's really the only thing they can take with this Necro Book, but it's not even going to be there. Van alone in the mid lane. He's pretty tanky at this point. It is difficult to take him down. And the Beastmaster Zoo just kind of watching him. Juggernaut has his Blink Dagger now. Lots of mobility on him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Dazzle again knocks that creep out of the Roshan pit. And Smash is going to go back to base and maybe defend a little bit on the top tier push. Tier 3 push.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
More defense being forced out of FDL. As this match, you know, advantage still to EWolves, but it is a bit closer than they would like. And they're playing pretty controlled right now. I really love how EWolves are doing this. They're looking a lot better than they have in the past. Even against an experienced team like FDL. Even so, we get to the 30-minute mark of this match, pretty much even on kills. And the Centaur Conqueror again running into the Roshan pit. They're going to scatter it out, and they're going to know that it's up. Masoku going to get stomped on by that Centaur. Not very nice. And Dazzle's going to lash out a little bit. Use your words, Dazzle. Use your words. Right now, Van, the story for EWolves, topping the net worth chart at 16,000. And FDL not even bothering to smoke up. They could catch out the Juggernaut, but he's just going to run away. And EWolves waiting in the trees. They're lurking. Smash pushing on the top lane. They got to stop this. You know, EWolves doing much better at the split push now. And he's got to be careful. Here comes the Viper. Viper going to catch him out. He sees the Hawk. Oh, but that allows the Beastmaster time to get away. And now here comes the push on the bottom lane by Sia. All over the map. And now, EWolves going to the Roshan. There's nothing to scout, and this will go down fairly quickly thanks to the snakes and to the goo coming out of the Bristleback. Here comes the Ice Blast, and Viper's dealing with some Beastmaster creeps. The Age is picked up by the Bristleback. The Ice Blast only hits on Sia. He uses the Glimmer Cape to try to take out some of the damage. And Smash still looking for the kills here. The Ancient Apparition has picked up the Aghanim Scepter, and now Smash. He's not sure where the Viper is. He could go. He doesn't. He just blinks back. Right now, the most action we got is a couple things hitting creeps. Juggernaut still being farmed up. The Aegis was put onto the Bristleback, so this is going to be a difficult team fight for FDL as they have to kill the Bristleback not only once but twice. He still takes some damage to the Impetus, but it's still a lot to ask. Van finds the regeneration rune, and he's going to run right into the Radiant Jungle. Beastmaster comes in, TP's on his Hawk, and he's going right for the Enchantress who has scouted him out thanks to the Observer Ward. Viper a little bit far out. He's going to get gone on by Van. Van comes in with the Omni Slash, goes on 2, and now here comes the Snowball. Snowball's going to protect them. Van is going to spin out. Ewo pops the BKB. Here's a big mean bristleback. He's going to get put up into the air. He's taking a lot of damage. Even with that BKB. Not very tanky at all. And the Ice Blast coming through is only going to hit onto Mosoku. Roar onto the Enchantress. Ewo still getting pretty low, but no one's gone down just yet. Glimmer Cape onto Ewo. And you've got Sia hitting that top lane. And more people hitting that bottom. Man, EWolves just all over the map right now. And FDL not really sure where to go. There go the snakes on the top lane and they lose the tower. FDL, they're just being taken all over their base. They can't get a kill. And they are going to take care of those snakes, but then... Okay, they're finally figuring out. They're figuring out, okay, we need this person here, this person there. And a little bit of damage to the base gets done. About half damage on the bottom tower. The tier 3 tower in the top lane goes down. And a little bit of damage on mid. But that's only snakes, and Bristleback still has the Aegis. Didn't actually go down. He does need to get tankier. He's taking a lot of damage in the physical form, even with his back turned. Maybe not the best hero at this time, but he's still sticking around. They haven't broken him completely. EWolves pretty much have complete control of the map right now. Okay, so they're gearing up for their next push here. Shadow Shaman does have the Aghanim Scepter. Let's take a look at some of the other items on the map. We've got the Butterfly by the Juggernaut. Other than that, not too much else is new. You have the Blink Dagger on Shadow Shaman, but Viper has an Assault Cuirass. That's why they're doing so much damage to the Bristleback, just because his armor is decreased so much. And not too much else is new. In terms of XP and gold, still in favor of EWolves by over 10,000 in both cases. So now here they come again. Down all the lanes. See it in the bottom lane. Juggernaut and Dazzle. Sorry, see it in the top lane. Alright, in the mid lane, we've got Smash going down, getting smacked up into the air, and now the Enchantress almost going down to the Bristleback, does go down to the Bristleback, and Bristleback now going to get the Viper Strike in the back. They got to help defend him, but look, they're just going for the bottom lane. Van, he's going to take the tower. Van takes the tower. Aqua doesn't know where to go. The Bristleback ends up getting the Aegis popped. And Omnislash going to get used by the Juggernaut. He's going to get saved by the Snowball, but the Juggernaut just blinks out. And look, Snake's on the top lane. He's going to take the melee racks. EWolves just taking friendship, dedication, and love all over the base. And he's got to focus those Snakes. Going to take it down eventually. And Van's going to go for the ranged racks. Probably not very ambitious there, but he doesn't take it out anyway. Here comes a Snowball from the Tusk. Going to get pulled pretty far forward as Van blinks away. Masoko uses the... Well, Dazzle dies in the base because the Shallow Grave doesn't help you against that. Van going to get Viper struck up. He's going to TP out as well. He will make it out. And one set of racks got taken by EWolves. XP and gold after that fight, still heavily in favor of EWolves by over 10,000. And you know what? This part of the bracket is going to be mostly where your well-known teams come from. You have a couple of players on teams, but EWolves, FDL, with enemy taken out, Vegetable Esports got taken out. I think that... Oh, let me see. I think that a couple of like the eHug boys are on a team, like Pandago. Other people are on a team. So I think that might be another one of the well-established NA teams that are still in this, but EWolves looking pretty good right now. And EWolves happy to keep that top lane right pushed in. putting friendship, dedication, and love up against the wall here. Here comes the boost of travel onto the Viper. Viper trapped by the words. He's stuck in the middle. Here comes an Omni Slash. They really want that Viper down. Viper about to go down to the Omni Slash. Does. And the Shadow Shaman going to TP back to base for that boots of travel recipe. And he's going to come right back in about 60 seconds. So now here comes the push onto the bottom lane and the mid lane. EWolves just playing this so well. They know that it's very difficult for FDL to kill even one of them, so they're going to take the better trade every single time. Boar getting hit in the back a couple times by the Enchantress. Here comes the punch on the Van. Van takes a lot of damage. He's going to spin away, but he, in the end, will... Oh, he's going to get away. He blinks away. Van is out. So is Smash. And in the mid lane, damage done to the mid tower. You know, Van just playing all over the face of FDL right now. And the rest of EWolves, they're happy to just split push. Doing it like a pro here. However, I would be worried if the FDL start getting back into this. Gyrocopter's got a Divine Rapier. We know what happened last time we saw that. So, what they really got to do is they need to catch out the Gyrocopter. He does quite a bit of damage at this point, 500 in one hit. And it's starting to get to the point where EWolves, they can't really do the stuff they've been doing anymore. The Gyrocopter can kill some of them. So they're going to have to start to pick their fight. And they're going to have to get that Gyrocopter down. He has no BKB. So it can be anything that takes him down here. Even though there really is no magic damage coming out of EWolves. Gyrocopter, you gotta be careful. You have that Alpha Wolf right next to you. You're gonna give him more crits. Still gotta be careful. EWolves on the precipice here. It's either going to end pretty well or it's gonna end really bad. Let's see if this Gyrocopter Diviner is able to do anything. EWolves still playing the split push game. FDL is gonna let him do it for a while. Gyrocopter still protecting that Rapier. They push out the bottom lane. They push out the top lane. They gotta handle the mid lane. And this is shaping up to be an exciting match, exciting end of the match here. As either it's going to end really well or really bad. And either way, me interested in it. All the lanes pushing in. FDL have no room. They got to keep this Gyrocopter alive. The Roshan has respawned. EWolves going to back up and try for it. Tusk has the Shadow Blade. And... well, there's a Basher on Juggernaut. He could finish up the Abyssal. That would be a good tool for him. And here comes the smoke. They want to contest that Roshan. Could they find them? They're going to head over. Enchantress leads the way. She finds the Satyr Banisher. Gets a lot of damage from the creeps. But here they go. They're going to go up the hill. They're going to find Ewo. Ewo's going to be found. Ewo's going to get hit by the ice shards. He's going to get trapped in. He's going to run around. Here comes the snowball. Juggernaut on the backside with the Omni Slash, but he's taking so much damage. You gotta kill that Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter taking a lot of damage, but he's gonna turn right back around. Gyrocopter is trying to do the damage. He doesn't have a TP. He can't get out. The Gyrocopter loses the Divine Rapier, and that's it. GG. Too far out from FDL. They know they can't do it, and they lose. They lose the Rapier. That's it. EWolves take out friendship, dedication, and love, and after they take that out, who could possibly stand in their way? Only time will tell in the quarterfinals of the America's Qualifier in the Shanghai Open. I'm Pythian. Once again, thanks for watching, and as always, cheers.